Hey guys, welcome back to Overtakes. This is Misfit.
And I'm Kel.
And we're here to talk about the Philadelphia Fusion versus the NYXL semifinal match and the London Spitfire and Los Angeles Valiant semifinal match. So, the finals have been decided.
They have. Oh my god, I'm so excited for this.
I'm hyped, man. You don't understand. I was like, oh, this matchup's going to be great. Yeah, I've been hyped all day. And, we jumped on. We're going to do this. It's probably going to be out. You guys will get this probably Sunday morning. But it's shortly after the match between Philadelphia and New York. And I am on fire. I was watching that, and that was some good stuff. But let's talk about London, LA first. Is there anything really to talk about?
Well, I think we were right about the Valiant and the way that we've basically called them out for just not having enough. And we've been saying that for so long, and then everyone jumped on board the hype train. Yeah, believe me, they look great at the end of stage 4. But I feel like that was just a perfect storm.
Yeah.
They just were rolling. They looked really good, but I feel like they came into this way too overconfident.
Yeah, a little bit.
And just completely disregarded any threat that London might show them.
Yeah.
And that was a big mistake. Like that, there's that Custa clip from his stream where he was like, "Oh, everyone's saying that London's this great team and blah, blah, blah. Like, all they did was win one match, guys." Oh.
Yeah. Really?
You don't say.
Hi. I'm from the Church of Prophet. Have you met our God yet?
Exactly.
Yeah, and I think a couple of guys went out of their way to make sure Custa had a long day. One of them being Prophet.
Yes. I mean, Prophet in that match in general was just absolutely absurd.
Yeah, he was. He has that, if you guys watch baseball, he has that Manny Ramirez, when he was with Boston. That bitch don't give a fuck attitude. Whatever. 2 strikes and you're throwing it out of the strike zone? Sure. I'm swinging for the fence. That's Prophet. And he usually hit it too.
Or makes just the biggest boneheaded mistake in the field. And then the next, you better hope to God that he does not hit in the next inning.
Yeah.
Because
3-run home run.
You know what's coming. Yeah, it's going to be a 3-run home run. He's going to hit a double. Just something ridiculous is going to happen with his hitting. Also
in that match, Badosin was insane.
Yes. Badosin was an absolute beast.
Yeah, he was. And him and Kareev. Kareev was great, too. I mean, they were going 1-for-1 with switching up to different heroes and all that kind of stuff. I kind of like that better than... I mean, I love watching these guys play Zen, but... I like it better now that this meta is morphed into this thing where, okay, I have to play Roadhog, or I might have to jump on a Tracer.
I love seeing mid-match switches and all of this. This is what we've been wanting with this game and this profession, with professional league. This is what we've been wanting and clamoring for. There is no one meta.
Yeah.
So it really makes these guys that are really strong at all these other characters even more important. And that's why a team like London is excelling, because everyone on that team has such a huge hero pool.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas that was kind of the downfall for the Valiant. They just didn't quite have enough, and they weren't able to make the adjustments that they needed to make. They just got mashed.
Yeah, they did. But London, when they're on their game, we said this before the playoffs started, when London's on their game, they're the best or second best team in the league. We just didn't think it was going to happen again.
They just didn't give us a reason for us to think that they were going to be able to do it again. But my God, they have shown up, and
sandbaggers.
Right.
London sandbaggers.
It has to be. Everyone's saying, "Oh, New York is sandbagging. New York is sandbagging," but I think they were just really struggling with the way that the meta was shaping up, and they kind of got a little... I feel like they also suffered from some burnout, and it just hit at the worst possible time for them.
And they were also cocky, because And everybody else was saying, well, New York's got a home game for the championship.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Sometimes you read your shit. You read the papers. You look at stuff, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, we are great.
We'll go to New York. That's our team. Like,
our home fans will be there.
Yeah, guys. It's just gonna be like the Super Bowl. Just when you think, oh, hey, the Vikings, they're looking really good. They're probably gonna make it to the Super Bowl, and then they're gonna have home field advantage. Oh, guess who they just ran into?
Yeah,
the fucking Eagles.
Oh, another Philadelphia team. What the fuck is with you guys this year?
Right.
Jesus Christ, you're ruining all of the stuff for all of the home teams. Stop it.
But I do have we will move on to that matchup, but I do have a soft spot in my heart for Philly fans because they're so awful and just do the most horrific shit that it makes us as Cleveland fans just look a little bit less awful. Like, we threw bottles on the field, they threw batteries at Santa Claus, so it kind of makes up for it.
Yeah, I've been to Philadelphia back in the early 90s watching the Giants in Philly go. In fact, I was in a Monday night game, and I doubt there's any of you Philly fans out there that are old enough to remember. The Giants were, I think, 6-0. The next week they had to play the 49ers on Monday night, who were also 6-0, and everybody was hyping the shit out of it. And Philadelphia was kind of okay. It was when they had Buddy Ryan's remainder to defense. You know, they were still kind of that team. They were still pretty nasty. I think it was right before Reggie White left. And we were up in the stands wearing our fucking LT shirts and shit and, you know, jerseys and all that crap. Man, we were like in the upper deck. Like, we were like, fuck going down where all the nice people are. We're going up where the assholes are. Yeah, that was a mistake.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure you got a fucking harassment.
Yeah. So, I don't have a soft spot for him, but I do it for the fact that, for much like you guys, the teams are awful 90% of the time, and the couple shining moments you get is great, and they're great fans. I mean,
oh yeah.
Hey, and as far as our channel goes, the Philly fans are great on here. I love the interactions.
The guys that have been talking to us on here, especially Ice Ham Jello, I was going back and forth with him on Discord earlier today during the match, and it was awesome. And just like, in general, like, you guys have been awesome and have given us a huge boost, so we really appreciate that. Like, you're just endearing your fanhood to us even more with that.
Yeah, plus your team is good too. I mean, as far as it's likable.
Oh yeah, I mean, I really like Philly as a team. It's the first stage. It was just a matter of them putting it all together.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we went in, we didn't know what was going to happen because nobody saw them. It was like this mishmash of, like, what the fuck is all these guys? And then they had Sato, who had the boosting thing, or whatever he was doing.
That was...
No, it was Sato. He was suspended for 3 months.
It was Sato.
Yeah,
I was thinking the Dallas guy.
Oh, Oj?
I always get them mixed up, yeah. I think Sato just had it more...
recently.
More intensive because he was, like, in charge of it or something? Was he the one that way?
So I don't know. It was a thing. It's something that I'm not a fan of, but, you know, if you're contrite and you come clean and you fucking do the right steps afterwards, I have no problem with that. It's when you hide. It's when you hide it and you deny it and you do all that kind of bullshit. Kind of like what Fissure's doing with the whole situation with the gladiators. It leaves a bad taste in your mouth.
At this point, with just a quick word on that, I feel like both sides are just looking awful. Like, no one looks good in that situation.
They're making the fucking
and the gladiators.
They're making the fucking fuel from the first part of the season look like they were angels.
Right.
My God.
It's just so ugly at this point.
And
but
I'm going to throw the same thing out there that I threw then. Grow the fuck up. I don't want to be here. We don't want him here. We're fucking done. Right. Stop going on streams and being passive aggressive and fucking stupid. Yeah. Let's talk about the good shit. Let's talk about the teams that actually played this weekend.
Yeah, right? Instead of the teams that buried themselves into irrelevancy. Let's talk about the teams that matter, and that was probably the best matchup we've had yet in these playoffs. New York versus Philly.
Yeah.
Match 2. All comes down to this. Philly wins, they move on. New York wins, they get another shot to get to the grand finals. And man, New York did everything they could, but it just was not enough.
No,
Philly
it wasn't.
Was just they looked so calculated and just unstoppable.
And they're not afraid. See, I think that's one of those things. It's the Tiger Woods syndrome from the early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
You get them on Sunday with the lead, and people start sweating.
Yep.
These guys don't care.
Oh, no.
And how many fights did they drag out in this game?
Oh, man. Both sides.
Both sides.
It was unreal.
Yeah.
And just people getting picked, the back and forth between Pine and Carpet was unreal. I was talking about it with Iceham, and we figured he was like, I fully believe that SVB is just he's a carry. He's a one trick.
He's a one-trick carry.
He's a one-trick tracer carry. One-trick tracer player, and if he can't play tracer, he just cannot carry as hard as he can with that character. And with the way that the meta shapes up, she just can't carry like she was.
No, and
in different stages of this.
And along the same lines, Jonak is the same way.
Yes.
Yeah, his Roadhog's kind of filthy, but he can't do with, like we were talking about, with what Bedosin does, or what Kareev does, or even like what Boombox does. Mm-hmm. He is a Zen main.
Yeah.
And if you take Zen is really hard to play in this meta you have to heal. You can't be right clicking and doing all the fun stuff that you did, that got you the MVP.
Right. I will say with him, he played a filthy Ana today.
Oh, he's great on Ana.
Some of his sleep darts, especially on Hanamura, were just clutch as hell. The only problem is, Ana she dies too easily.
Yeah.
Once you get picked by Ana, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Or picked off as Ana.
That's the one thing with her right now. But Hanamura is a good map for her. But Sabiobi, thing is he's a leader. He just needs, in the offseason, to develop a couple other heroes. I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
With the influx of Hammond and whatever else they're going to bring in, the dive could be back, just in a different form.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I mean,
that's definitely a possibility, but I still think he needs to and who knows? Honestly, I could see there's a distinct possibility he might not even play next season.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, he's kind of a family dude.
He's getting up there in age. For these guys, I mean, he's
22.
He's my age. I think he's my age. I think he's 28, 29. So he's old for
that league. Yeah.
Yeah. He might be a little bit younger, but he's got a family and shit.
Yeah. Well, I just like it.
He's a real adult.
Yeah.
Unlike most of these other guys who are they're kids. Jonak's 18?
Yeah. I mean, he barely made it into the league.
Right.
But back to the match. Now, that fucking last map on Dorado, that was one of the best maps all season.
Hands
Seriously.
down.
That was, from beginning to end, you had all the drama, are they going to win? Who's going to win here? And it was going back and forth, and it just, with the picks and fucking Pine doing crazy shit, and then EQO jumping on Farah and just fucking wrecking everybody. It was amazing.
His Farah absolutely sealed them the game on that last push by New York. Well, the plays that he was making there was just unreal.
Yeah, and the one thing I said, Pine was switched to Zarya, and I'm going, why didn't you switch to McCree?
Right.
That is the one spot in this meta, in this current state, where McCree would have been fucking awesome.
Yeah, especially his McCree.
Yeah, and he could have at least kept EQO at bay.
Right.
That's the thing.
I understand they went for the
meatball.
Triple healer, triple tank thing, but
Farah's the ultimate counter to that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they didn't have any hit scan to take her out.
Yeah, you can't shoot up.
EQO he was having a field day, and there was no way Pine was going to get his graviton in time to really make a difference.
I mean, I understand that,
and even then, they didn't really have enough to do anything if he did.
Yeah, I mean, they had no one that had because you had all defensive ults,
right?
For the most part, with CBO he was playing Tracer, but was it? No, he was playing Brigitte. So he was on the Brigitte.
He was playing Brigitte there, yeah.
So you have a Grav, you have Earth Shatter, you have a Diva Bomb. That would be the only thing that you could have coupled that up with, because I think they were playing Moira and Zen. So of course Zen. See, and that bit him in the ass, because there was a stat at the end of the game that said, or not at the end of the game, it was on a Hanamura map when they were the next to last map. New York in this meta has played Zenyatta 70% of the time. Everyone else is like 50 or less.
Yeah. So that definitely hurt them. And just kind of makes you think, like, I mean, I love Jonak. He's probably one of my favorite players in the league.
Yeah.
But did he really deserve the MVP? I don't know.
Yeah. And then, I don't know.
It definitely makes you question things a little bit more. Did he James Harden, basically,
at
this point? Like, great regular season player, but hey, once you can't get fouls called on you, guess what? You're fucked.
Yeah, when they don't
call in their bullshit fouls, when you just go in and flail your arms in the air.
Yeah, but that happens when you're playing the Grizzlies on a Tuesday. It's not going to happen against Golden State.
Yeah, it's not going to happen against Golden State in the middle of the playoffs.
Nope.
At least not as much as it did.
I can't wait for this matchup. I saw when I saw at the end when they had London come out there, I'm like, can we just start this fucking thing now?
I know, right?
Hook that you got the server right there. Just fucking flip it. Let's go.
Right, let's do this. I'm ready.
Yeah.
But I'm super hyped. I cannot wait.
Oh, God. This is going to be great. This is everything you want. You got two teams that were, people were, like, giving up on that are really good. You have amazing DPS players. You have great tanks, amazing support players on each team. It's going to be unbelievable. I can't wait for this whole fucking thing.
Probably between the two teams, 4 of the best DPS players in the entire league.
Oh, yeah. That is going to be insane. Profit.
I mean, especially, that's something we didn't even talk about from yesterday. That fucking play that Profit had against Agilities on Oasis was one of the stupidest things I've ever seen.
My boy, Profit. Shit, I might have to buy that fucking jersey. God damn it. All right,
at this point, you might as well do it anyway.
Yeah, going to be working pizza. If they win, I will dedicate one of the pizzas to Profit. I will call it the Profit Pizza.
Yes,
seriously. I like it. No one will know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'll do it wearing my Thanks Mr. Logic's t-shirt.
There you go. Perfect.
Oh man, that match today though, It was great. I wish it went to another one, but I kind of was happy for Philadelphia.
Yeah,
I was kind of hoping, come on, two more.
Give me more of this.
Yeah,
but
because
Philly just came through clutch. Like they were just so on point.
Yeah,
it was unreal.
Yeah, they were on point, and what's great is it's started another Philly-New York rivalry.
Mm-hmm.
Which is awesome.
Right.
Just keep bringing that shit. And that's another thing. Like, I love the fact in this league you have kind of geographical stuff, because you could see it like in the crowd. The New York people were like screaming for New York, and the Philly people were getting on them. I like that better than the corporate teams from the other, like in the other esports things. Yeah, it's fun. They have their rivalries and all that. But when you get into the geography thing, that brings a little bit more of a fun aspect to it.
Just brings so much more to everything, and that's what I love about this and about this league in general, and like what makes me so much more interested in this and like the future of it compared to anything else, because everything else is just kind of like, okay, cool, yeah, look at these, like this group of guys that will probably not stay together because some other team is going to do that, whereas like you have this set geographical place that you can always root for.
Yeah. And granted, some of them are owned by some of those other teams, but it's different.
Right.
You know,
it definitely feels very different.
Yeah, to me it feels different.
In general.
Yeah.
Like, they can create more of an identity of how they play and their style, the type of players that they're going for. You can just be a lot more consistent with that. That's what makes the game, any other professional sport, so fun. Like, you have like these different football teams who are known for their, like, these guys are really good at just drafting defense and just building these just dominant defenses, or this other team's really good at drafting wide receivers and just building around that and that kind of thing. And like, I love seeing that. Same with baseball. Like, the Indians, for instance, they're phenomenal at developing starting pitching talent.
Yeah, you guys are. And the thing is it's weird how, like, with this league, how the teams are kind of morphing into their cities. Mm-hmm. Except for New York needs to move to Indianapolis. But, you know. There's a little NFL dig for you. But, like, Philly, I mean, they are Philly.
Oh, yeah. They definitely play like every other Philly team.
Yeah.
They don't care who you are, what you are. They're going to play their game. And whether it works or not, they don't care.
Yeah.
They're going to play it.
And the LA teams are LA. Just to a T. You know? And it's just great. Because, like, Dallas is like the Cowboys. You know, my team is like the Dolphins. Mm-hmm. Great expectations, and at the end but you still love them anyway. That's my team. They're South Florida.
Yeah.
They're entertaining. Sure. They don't necessarily win all the time, but you know what? You had a good time watching it anyway. And then you were left scratching your head at the end of the season. Unless you're a Marlins fan, and our owner gets sick of it and buys a team every 10 years to get a fucking World Series. Right. And then sells them the next year.
Yeah, we'll see how it all shapes out with their new ownership. They got your goat.
Okay, we've gone on a massive tangent, guys.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So that's our wrap-up show. We are going to hit you with a few shows next week because, well, you know, it's the grand finals. So we're going to hit you from, you know, all angles on what we think about the matches, the teams, what's going to happen. You know, we'll be there right with you all along the way. You know, we're not going to give you any predictions, though, until we do our prediction show, which is going to be towards the end of the week before the match is on Friday. We're not going to let out any secrets on that or anything like that because we don't want to frighten any of the teams that I pick. Except for London. I picked London this week. Well, I picked Philly in the end. No, did I? Yeah, I did. Hey, I'm 2-0 this week. I'm better than the fucking desk. That's all I gotta say.
Right. Although it was hilarious today. They all picked Philly, and then they showed the stats of how no one was ever right. Yeah,
except for Bren got 2 right.
He was 2 out of 5 for picking.
I think he picked London both times.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So that's going to do it for this one. You guys have a good one. Thanks a lot for all your support, all the watches, all the comments, all the communication back and forth, all the talking. We love it, and we'll be on social media this week. We'll be hyping this one up because I'm ready for it to start now.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, they could have started an hour ago and I would have been ready. But we're going to hit you with a bunch of stuff. So stay tuned. Keep in touch. Hit the alert bell. Anytime we upload anything, you'll get an alert. Be able to jump on it right away. We will see you guys on the next one.
Catch you guys later.